What's up, guys? Welcome to the first official podcast recording for the Youth Experience Podcast, also known as...
Yep.
We are super excited to be doing this. It took a lot just to get to this point where we're like sitting here.
Yeah, like 10 minutes of Cooper messing with the mic.
Yeah, it was not pretty. Yeah, I thought I knew what I was doing, and then it turned out I didn't. But I'm super excited to be launching this podcast that we've been talking about and trying to figure out if we were going to do it. Are we not going to do it? We prayed about it. We thought about it. We were like, you know what? It feels like something that could be good, so we're going to go for it. And here we are. And our first official guest of the podcast, he's a good friend of mine. One of the first people I met when I moved to Hillsborough about 7 months ago. My friend and probably yours, if you know who he is, Trevor Hartman. Trevor.
Hi.
Yeah. Applause. Dude, it's awesome to have you here. Thank you for being guest number one.
It's really weird. I don't know.
Isn't it strange?
It's very strange.
It's a different thing. I mean, this room has not ever looked like this before, so like all of this is new.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were feeling good about it, and then we hit record,
and it's like
panic just immediately. But yeah.
So,
Alana's in the background. Say hi, Alana.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, so she's going to be hanging out in the back and helping us out. Dude, I'm excited about this to have you because I just want to ask you all these really tough personal questions. I'm really excited to just terrify you from start to finish. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Great.
No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I would not do that to you.
Go ahead.
I do have some stuff I want to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm going to try my best to not make this way too long.
Okay.
First of all, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm just ready. You know?
Are you do you feel more confident now that we're actually sitting here like doing this, or is it?
No, I feel really awkward. Just because it's like awkward. A camera.
I feel kind of awkward.
Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know. If you're here, you'd understand.
Yeah, there's like lights set up, and
do I look at the camera? Do I look at Cooper?
I know.
Do I look at Bentley over here? I mean, come on.
No, I know. It's a really weird thing.
Yeah, it's really good. Or like ASMR.
Why don't we start with some get to know you stuff?
Okay.
I think that's a good place to start, right? So why don't you just give me your info? Give me your get to know you info. What do you got for us?
Okay, this is what I just did this today. I was like
perfect.
Extra credit thing, and I was like bored at work, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the extra credit. There's a lot of questions. So first off, Cooper already introduced me, but my name's Trevor Hartman, and recently I've been like saying my name like Trevor, like really enunciating the T, because I feel like I say like Trevor, like with the CH
like
sound.
With the CH? Trevor?
Yeah.
Trevor.
Do you get
Trevor?
That? I don't know. Big brain things. And then I am 19. I am from Hillsborough, where this podcast is based out of. Mm-hmm. I'm single, if there's any Christian ladies. I'm not on Christian Mingle, but I could be.
Good plug. Yeah, it's nice.
I don't know.
What do you do for fun? What are Trevor hobbies?
So many. I really think like I don't have like a hobby, You
are a man of many talents.
I'm a man of many talents.
Yeah,
I'm very diverse. I feel like my hobby is like spending time with people, if that makes sense. Like I just
I think that counts.
Like I'm not like crafting in my home. I'm just talking.
No, that's
to
true.
people.
If Alana and I are ever like sitting around and we can't figure out what we want to do, like option number one is let's just call Trevor.
Yeah,
because
it's never like
let's call Trevor. Not Trevor.
Yeah.
Let's call Trevor. And you always are like, yeah, let's hang out.
Exactly.
Like,
always. I'm always game.
Yeah.
I know you can't tell it, but I also enjoy running. We can edit that out maybe.
No, we're not editing that.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's kind of... I play volleyball. I'm not very good, but I enjoy it.
You guys are in a league, though? I feel
we are. I'm the
And for all you youth group kids that are listening to this, Trevor's going to be back after next week. Right? You have your tournament this coming Wednesday.
Yeah. So if numbers start to go down, they'll know why.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It'll 100% be your fault.
Probably.
Yeah. We're all going to freeze you out like we did at Thanksgiving.
Good.
Yeah, we're just not going to talk to you.
That's always really
I'm just kidding. We wouldn't do that to you. Well, one of the reasons that I feel like we got to know each other so much, when I was transitioning in to be the youth pastor, one of the first people that Rem put me in contact with was you.
Yeah.
So you and Titan, you guys live a block and a half away from us,
right.
maybe. I mean, you guys literally live right next to us. You drove what, 15 seconds to get here?
Probably. A little longer with the ice.
Yeah, a little. Yeah, it is nasty outside today. If you can't tell by the beanies inside, it is not a good day. But so I got to know you really quickly, and so I think that's why we became friends so fast, because you were one of the only people that I knew that I could hang out with when I first got here. Because I got here a month before Alana did, and I was literally, so this room, imagine this room, no TV, no lights, no couch, just a mattress, a twin mattress on the floor.
No bed frame.
No bed frame, just, I'm saying, a mattress with a sheet over it, laying on the ground in the corner. And that was how I slept for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And
you know what? That's what divorce looks like. So you better be good to your wife.
That is, Alana snaps in the back. Okay. Yeah. So, getting to know you, because I didn't have a whole lot going on.
Yeah.
And we became friends, I feel like, pretty easily. I feel like it happened pretty organically. Like, whether or not we had been introduced, I feel like we would have become friends.
I think I'm really oblivious to this, but I think, like, everybody is friends with me. Like, you know?
Oh, yeah. You're like a dog, like how dogs are like everyone loves
like,
me.
I'm the golden retriever.
You're the golden retriever of humans.
Yeah, maybe.
Trevor Hartman, the golden retriever of humans. No, that's good.
Let us know in the comments below.
I hope. Oh, we'll see. Maybe people will. Who knows?
That's funny. I can say that now.
You can say that. Yeah.
Like
yeah. This will be on YouTube.
Wow.
So. Yeah, but another reason I think we became such close friends so quickly was because of our. I was coming in as the youth pastor, and we're a new member of the church officially that I go to. So we also kind of had that like spiritual connection of us kind of getting to know each other as like we were talking about not only regular life, but we were talking about our spiritual life.
Yeah.
And, we were doing all this. So I had a couple of things I just kind of wanted to pick your brain about that I haven't really talked to you about yet.
Okay.
And I figure what better time to make Trevor answer questions than the first time he's ever been on camera on the podcast. So, one of the things that I love about, what God can do in our lives is that there are we live in such a big world.
Yeah.
And there's so many things happening at once. And I think we try our best to reach as many things as possible, but at the end of the day, we're one person.
Yep.
So, one of the awesome things that I think God does is that he puts different things on different people's hearts that you kind of are like, I really care about this. Like, I care about these things, but this thing I feel like I'm really focused on. And that kind of helps us to be able to have like a wider reach as a body. So I'm curious, do you have one of those things? Like, do you have something where you're like, I care about all of these, but like this one really gets my attention?
So I have my notes for this. Cooper sent me these questions earlier, so I can kind of go off of this. So I'm going to start here. So Thanksgiving, this is kind of like a 2-month long thing, but at Thanksgiving I was like, we are wasting so much food as a family, and I know we're not the only family to do it in America, or even like other countries that might celebrate Thanksgiving. I don't know, I think it's a pretty American thing, but I could be wrong. But it was just like we threw away so much food, or like there was like so many leftovers to the point where like my family alone couldn't eat, at like one meal, which is fine, and I'm fortunate to have that, but you also like have to remind yourself like there's so many people out there that struggle with like not knowing where their next meal comes from, even in our country, but even more so in like third world or second world countries that like don't have the resources to go to a grocery store and get a turkey and all this other stuff that 3 days later my family's throwing out because it's gone bad or something. And that's something that God really laid on my heart, is just like being wasteful, I guess, whenever like so many other people are struggling to have the things that I have in everyday life.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's really good. I think about, we've talked about before how we're horrible at eating leftovers.
I'm horrible at it.
Even like throwing things out when they're supposed to like be out of date. Alana and I are horrible at eating leftovers.
Yep.
Like, I could have the best meal I've ever had in my whole life. And I could have enough leftovers for like 2 meals, and I probably won't touch it.
Yeah. Not
because I am like, oh, I'm over this, I don't want it anymore. But there's something about having to... This is going to sound so horrible. I'm going to sound so shallow, but this is true. There's something about having to pull food that was already hot that is now cold and putting it in a microwave or an oven to like reheat it up, that for me just feels so weird.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a hard time sometimes doing it.
Yeah.
And maybe your reason is much better than mine, but I'm just really bad at like getting my food out of my fridge and actually eating it.
I think I really like to have like fresh meals every day, you know, even if it's like a drive-through, which is horrible, but
that's fresh. Fresh out of the freezer. You know?
Like I hate like I guess what you said, like reheating stuff. Like I'm not a huge like microwave meal type of guy, so I'd rather like cook homemade food and like even though it was homemade yesterday, I don't know, I just don't.
No, I get that.
But I do eat some leftovers. It's also really hard to cook for like 1 or 2 people.
Yeah.
So you always have like this monstrous, and I don't want to eat spaghetti 3 days in a row. Like I don't.
Yep.
And then by the time I'm like, oh, spaghetti sounds good. It's bad, and I have to make a whole new thing of it. So.
Yeah. That's understandable. See, I'm every time I tell my mom how bad I am at eating leftovers, and she might be watching this. Hello, mother. Every time I tell her that, I feel like I always feel a little bad because I know how good she is at eating leftovers.
Yeah.
And I know how good like my grandparents are eating leftovers, and then of course like my great grandparents went through like the Depression, so leftovers were like you either ate that or you ate nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm over here like, oh yeah, this pizza that I paid $20 for, I know I still have 7 slices of it left, but I don't really want it anymore.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
I don't know. I guess I'll transition into this. That always gets me thinking, like stuff like that makes me think about. I feel like I'm kind of in the middle of like a generational like transition.
Yeah.
You know, because like a lot of you guys who are watching are probably between 13 and 18, maybe a little older, maybe not. Who knows? Yeah. I'm 25. My parents are, they're 50. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to out you like that in front of everybody, but they're in their 50s and stuff like that. And it's like I feel like things are very different between my parents' generation and like how they act versus what I'm seeing now. As a youth pastor, I'm in a really unique position of like, I don't know, I get to see kids all the time, to like exist and hang out with you guys, and we all have fun and we all do things. But there's so many things that I feel like this generation is different, that makes you guys different as opposed to like what I see in the generation above me. Is there something that you personally are kind of like, I this is like a glaring, like obvious thing to me?
Yeah, for sure. Especially with my family, and I might be wrong, but I think I'm right. I don't know. Who knows? But like my mom has always worked like super hard and like 2 jobs, like crazy amount of work hours and stuff. And she is like, I don't want to say she's fine and content in that, but like, that's okay. And like, I'm at the point where like, if I had to work way over full time, what's considered full time, like that would be fine. But I think our generation is really like, I don't want to say we have a bad work ethic, but we definitely like know where to balance it out as, I feel like there's so many people like, I don't even know, not millennial. What's above that?
Above millennial?
Yeah. Because you're like a millennial.
You're talking about like boomers?
Are you a millennial? I don't know.
I think boomers are next. Sorry if that's an offensive term.
Whatever like 40s to 50s is right now.
Yeah.
I just think that they have, which is great. Like they want to work. But I don't know. I think that there's like a line to be drawn. And I think our generation does a really good job with that. But to the older generation, I think that they see it as like laziness, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No,
I've had countless people tell me like I'm lazy because I don't have work like full time and go to school full time and everything else. But
yeah, I mean, I think about Alana, my wife, how she is part-time at grad school. She works a full-time job.
Yeah.
And we have a house that is way more house than we are using right now, but we have to like keep that up to date and we have to clean it. And we have a dog that makes cleaning our house almost impossible. So like I think about with her, like I would love for her to not have that much on her plate, but it's almost like a necessity for right now,
Yeah.
And eventually, her degree, like she'll be done with that, but then we might have a kid, and then that's like a whole other thing. But yeah, the other thing I see, and I might be wrong, but I feel like the way that you guys communicate is so much different than the others mostly because of what like social media provides.
Yeah.
Because like I think about, my dad, and like he tells me about his college friends, but he is not really in contact with most of them anymore. There's a small group of them that he is, but I think about myself and how I still talk occasionally to so many people that I knew in school simply because Snapchat exists, or you know, you can DM somebody on Twitter, on Instagram, you can like do all these things. And now there's TikTok, and I don't actually have that yet, so I'm really behind on the TikTok stuff, but
I'm on a social media cleanse.
You are on a social
2 months
media
strong.
cleanse. Well, you just deleted them, but it's okay.
No, I downloaded it literally for like 10 minutes to make a post, and then I was like,
hold on.
I'm not even kidding you. I downloaded it on my phone because
he re-downloaded Instagram to make a post about how he wasn't going to be using Instagram.
Well,
I mean, am I wrong? Is that what you did?
You're not wrong.
Okay.
But the way you're describing it
is accurate.
I was trying to promote others in my doing. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to get my 5 minutes in. Like, I don't even think I looked at anybody's, like, Instagram story or anything. And, like, not to say I haven't gotten on it, but, like, I don't have it on my phone. So it's not, like, accessible, if that makes sense. Like,
That's fair.
Like, I have to get out my computer, open it up, like, make sure I have Wi-Fi connected.
Yep.
And then I can, like, check my Instagram or check my Facebook. But it's not like you sit there and scroll on your phone for an hour. You know, it's, like, 5 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't want to say I'm completely off social media, but I'm not.
You're not, like, scrolling in the middle of the night like some people do. That's a problem that I have.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of people watching. And when I lay down to go to bed, I'm not going to bed yet.
Right.
Like, I am going to watch YouTube. I'm going to, like, do all these different things until probably an hour and a half passes, and then I'm eventually going to go to bed. So if I go to bed at 11, I'm really going to bed at 12:30, maybe 1 o'clock. So, that is something that I struggle with. But anyway, I just feel like I'm really excited to see, like, what more people have to say. I know we're having Ruthie and Jesse on next week.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. And I'm really excited to see what their answer is to that question. I just really think it'll be cool to, like, see what everybody feels about that.
Yeah.
So something that I think about a lot as I do ministry, and maybe this is coming from, like, a Christian point of view, but I don't think it is. I think this is more of a generational thing. I often think about all the things that people just assume are normal. Like, things that happen day to day, that people, especially older than us, are just kind of like, yeah, that's just how it is. You know, like, you just hear people say, you know, that's just the way things are. And you're like, why? Like, why are things like that? You know, and I think about that a lot. I don't know if that's healthy, because it's not like I can just, like, go in and change things. So am I worrying for nothing? I don't know.
Right.
But I'm curious, do you have one of those?
Yeah. This kind of circles back to my last answer, but
all right.
Or not even my last answer. I guess we just kind of talked about it, but, like, social media. Like, I found myself in November when I started it. Like, Brian and Kristen Lee, if you're watching, that's really cool. Hey, guys. But they were, like, doing a no screen November with their family, and I was kind of like, why can't I do that? You know? And, like, they aren't even. I mean, if you've met them, they're not a
super plugged in, like, always on devices.
Like, their TV in their house is a computer, right?
Yeah, and you guys are great people. I hope you're watching.
I love it so much. But yeah, like, so I couldn't completely do the whole no screen thing because, you know, like, emails and I use my computer for everything. So, in my day-to-day life, so I knew I couldn't do that, but I was like, I can take the step to take out social media, and I know I feel like I'm, like, hammering this right now. But yeah, that's something I just saw as, like, normal, like, you know, kids get it, and then from there it just progresses into adulthood. But I don't know. I just think it was something that I was like, why are we doing, you know?
I think I got Facebook when I was in 6th grade, and it was pretty new when I got it. I think when I got Facebook, I was only a couple years, maybe a year old, maybe not even that. I don't know.
I got Facebook in, like, elementary school, if that puts that into.
That's terrifying.
Which is horrible.
What was elementary school Trevor posting on Facebook?
Really bad. I've deleted a bunch of the stuff. I'm like,
tell me what.
Shelly, if you're watching this, why did you let me get that?
Shelly being
my mom. Yeah. Ugh. I don't know.
What's something that you said that you've deleted?
I don't even know. Like, I would just make, like, random statuses that had, like, horrible spelling grammars, but they were also, like, cool with a K spelled, or, you know, like, really cringy, and you didn't really have emojis, so you used the little
like
colon
and
parenthesis. Oh God.
Yeah.
dark times.
I hope that we can uncover some of those.
I'm sure you can if you scroll back. Or there's like some pictures that I had on my Nintendo.
Yeah.
If this puts... I had a Nintendo.
Like a DS?
A Nintendo DS. But I had like I don't know which one it was. It was blue and it was like bigger than the average one.
Yeah.
And it had like all this... I went and looked at my Facebook pictures the other day, and there's definitely like some from my Nintendo that I taken. And it was like, yeah.
That's truly
Which,
terrifying.
like, who put a camera on a Nintendo?
I don't know. People who were smart, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, you had little Trevors running around taking photos on there.
I should try to find that because I have, like, a lot of pictures on there.
We might have to post some. We might have to post one as a thumbnail for our post.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. I'm not going to ask for your permission. Okay. I'm just going to do it. Since we talked about young Trevor, one of my questions that I had, if you could go back to so we say we had a time machine, right? And you got in your time machine and you went to see 13-year-old Trevor. Okay, so Trevor, who's in 7th grade,
I think
7th, 8th grade, somewhere around there. Sorry, I'm out of touch with what age. I'm really bad at like what age, what grade is, But anyway, you go talk to 13-year-old Trevor. So let's call him 8th grade Trevor.
8th grade because
you're young.
I'm my June birthday grade. Too. Yeah, so I'm young for my grade.
You like catch up in age like right before the next year.
Yeah, so I turned 14 like in between 8th grade. Yeah.
Okay. So you're talking to your 13-year-old self. You're like, stop taking pictures with your Nintendo DS.
That was after.
And get your life together.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's after that. Anyway,
way after.
What are you telling yourself? What are you telling 13-year-old Trevor Hartman?
13-year-old Trevor Hartman was Horseboy Trevor Hartman, which we can insert a picture at some point.
Can't wait. We will definitely have to do that.
Yeah, so that was a weird phase in life. I mean, like, I really enjoyed it.
Can you expound on Horseboy a little bit? Because I'm
it started in like 6th grade, I think, and my mom was like friends with Beth and Brett, which you guys have no idea. But Beth is Matt Hughes' sister, if that puts that to kind of they don't live around here anymore, but they did like this thing called Full Watch, and so they bred horses, and we would go, and they'd have like a live stream in their living room, and all of us would like stay at her house and be like, is the foal gonna come tonight? Because like we would go down and like watch the birth. Really cool learning experience, but also in 6th grade, I don't know if I should have been watching a horse give birth.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
But yeah, and then from there we kind of just like I started doing like I don't want to say lessons because they weren't really like lessons, but like I'd go spend my weekend there and like I'd ride and she'd teach me like things, but I guess it'd be lessons. But I also like help them, like take care of their horses and all the other fun stuff that comes with owning animals.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So Horseboy Trevor finally got a horse, and I did like all like the fun show, barrel racing and all that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you good at it?
I don't want to say I was good. No.
Were you not bad at it?
I wasn't bad, but I'm not gonna. By no means was I good. Like I think if I stuck with it, like present day, I probably would be good, but definitely not then. Because I had only been riding a horse for like a year, and there was people that had been doing it since they were like toddlers.
Right.
So.
Okay, so let's set the scene.
Yeah.
Little Trevor just got done watching a video of a horse. No, just watched a live birth from a horse. Okay.
Yeah, like in person, I've seen them.
He comes out. And there's standing 19-year-old Trevor Hartman. Okay. And you're like, walk with me, child. I have something I need to talk to you about.
Yeah.
All right. What is that conversation? What are you telling him?
Well, 13-year-old Trevor's probably like, what the heck? Because I was like, yeehaw, like wore cowboy boots to school.
Okay.
I don't even own a pair of cowboy boots anymore.
All right.
Or like, always, yeah. I don't even think I owned a pair of tennis shoes in like junior high, if you want me to be honest.
So his first thought is like, what have you become?
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially if I'm dressed like the way I would normally dress to go out somewhere. Yeah. I'd be like, what the heck? But I would give myself the advice I wrote these down because I was like, I gotta have them. Quit being weird. I feel like I was so weird in junior high.
Quit being weird. Like, top tier advice.
Like the horse girl or horse boy thing. Like I wasn't that weird, but I was definitely odd.
You weren't helping yourself, yeah.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I would also say to whenever mom approaches you and is like, hey, let's go on a diet together. Say yes, because you don't want to look like this.
Oh my gosh.
I remember my mom came to me and she was like, we should go on a diet. And I was like, do you think I'm fat? And like I cried. And mom was like, no, and all that stuff. I was like, girl, you should have.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
I should have been like, yes,
Okay.
let's do it. Or like work out or something because yeah, it's like so hard when you become an adult to like start that. So teach your kids.
Get in the gym.
Be healthy.
Get your elementary school kids in the gym.
Yes.
That's the
Make them
overall
lift
lesson.
weight.
If you learn anything from this podcast, it's make your fourth grader start benching.
Right.
Yeah, that's what.
Or like play sports. Like all I did was football at that point. So like.
Oh, you did football.
I did.
I didn't know that about you.
I didn't know.
What position did you play?
I was like a lineman.
You were a lineman
from like fifth grade to freshman year, and
See,
I hated it.
If you would have just taken your mom's advice and gotten on that diet, you might have been a wide receiver.
No, I wasn't good.
You didn't? No, not like that.
No.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, I've asked you some questions. I have some more, but I want to transition into something. Don't look. No peeking.
I'm
you
not.
see that? Did you guys see that?
I'll look this way. It'll be really awkward.
Here's what we're gonna do. I have some trivia questions.
Okay.
I have 10 of them.
10.
And they're gonna change every week. So if you're listening right now, this is not something that you can like write the answers down and you'll know them all if I have you on as a guest. They're gonna change. If you can get more than 5 of them, okay. This isn't college. If you get 5 out of 10, you pass. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And there's no like A, B, C, D prize. It's just if you get 5, you win. Okay.
Yeah.
What
am I winning?
Well, you're gonna win. This is hot off the press. We literally just made these.
Okay.
This is a Youth Experience Podcast sticker
Bougie.
that you can put on pretty much anything that's not gonna get wet. Probably. We'll update these as we go.
Okay.
We're new. Okay. Budgets.
Yeah.
Okay. Budgets. Yep. You're gonna win one of these. You're gonna be one of the only 3 people in the entire world that has this.
Okay.
Because the other 2 are Alana and myself.
Gotcha.
So.
Are you gonna buy my dinner too?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
That's unfortunate.
Well, no. Sorry about that, everybody. We had a quick cut. My phone almost died. Anyway, so I'm gonna ask you some trivia questions. If you get 5 of them right, you win the sticker. You get this exclusive Youth Experience Podcast sticker.
I'm ready for it.
Question number 1.
Okay.
How many sides are on a heptagon?
Heptagon.
Heptagon. Heptagon.
7.
7 sides?
7 sides.
That's correct. That's smart. You said that really confidently.
Yeah. I know my things.
I would not have written question number 2 if I knew that 13-year-old Trevor, his nickname was Horseboy.
Okay.
But this question is, what is the name of a baby horse?
A foal.
A foal.
F-O.
That's really good. You're a smart guy.
I am.
I did not mean to tailor make that question for you, but it just kind of happened. Number 3, we're gonna go to the Bible a little bit here.
Okay. I might get this wrong. Sorry.
I think you got this. How old was Jesus when he started his ministry?
So
you could do this. Come on. There is an answer. There's not like a.
There's like a definitive answer.
Yeah.
Okay. Have I been this age before?
I'm not gonna answer any questions. This isn't 20 questions.
So
I'm sorry.
I really want to say, I sound so like dumb.
No, it's
which is okay. That happens. And also like this.
You're not gonna bat 1,000 all the time.
Yeah.
Also, this is Bentley. This is my pup. If you can see her on the screen.
Jesus also knows that I love him regardless of what age he started. So I'm going to say...
But that being said, what age was
educated guess, I'm going to say 17.
Educated guess 17.
But I feel like it's like 13. But I'm going to say 17. 17 is definitive.
So they're both really close. Okay. It was 30. So you weren't close. Yeah. So you tried, though. That's okay. You still have 2 points. You're off to a really good start. Yeah. So
how do we know it was 30?
In the temple, though, at like 12?
Yeah, but he hadn't begun his ministry yet.
I don't know. This is kind of a...
Anyway.
Maybe we should throw that question out.
We're not going to throw a question out just because you got it wrong. See, this is what Trevor does. This is what Trevor does. If he gets something wrong, his goal at this point is to make the question lose all of its credibility so that he can be the one that was right at the end. Anyway, you're wrong. You're 2 for 3. You're doing great. That's classic Trevor. Number 4. If I have a baker's dozen of something, how many do I have?
13.
You have 13. Very good. Yeah. Do you know why you have 13?
Well, a regular dozen's 12, and I feel like the baker, like, I'm not really sure.
You want me to tell you?
I think he wants to eat one, so he makes an extra for himself.
He does. He makes 13 so that he can try one to make sure that the batch is good. Yep.
Yeah.
There we go. If you didn't know that, now you know. A little geography for you.
Oh gosh.
You're gonna be okay. You're gonna do great. What is the capital of the state of New York?
Oh, I just watched something on this the other day. I think it's wow. This is gonna okay. I think it's Buffalo. That's gonna
You think it's
answer.
Buffalo?
Buffalo,
That's
New York.
final answer. Lock it in.
It's not New York, is it?
I don't know. Is it New York?
Is it Albany?
Is it Albany? I don't know.
I think it's Albany.
You think it's Albany? Well, you thought it was Buffalo at the beginning. Are you sure it's Albany?
I'm sure.
You're sure?
Yeah.
Good recovery. It was Albany.
So if you didn't know, Alana is in sign language, and she just signed it to me.
Did you spell it to him in sign? That's so gross. That's not fair.
So,
oh my gosh.
Thank you. That was my phone of
That
friend.
was your phone of sign a friend.
Yeah.
You signed a friend.
I was so proud of him for remembering the alphabet.
I can't believe you guys just did that. How did I not catch on to that? That is not fair. All right, so Trevor, with a little help from American Sign Language, gets that one right. I guess I'll give it to you. What are you? Are you 4 for 5 right now? You are.
Yeah, I'm bougie.
Okay. You're probably gonna get all these right. I think you might get the rest right. Let's see. There's only one mammal in existence that lays eggs. Do you know that mammal?
Oh my gosh. That lays eggs?
There's a mammal that lays eggs.
A chicken, right? No. Are chickens mammals? This is gonna make me sound so dumb.
Are chickens mammals? I don't know. I'm asking you the question of
No.
what is an animal.
Can I have one counter question?
Can
That's
you
all
have
I
one?
ask.
I guess depending on the question.
Is a like human, like they don't lay eggs, right? Like they have eggs, but they're not laying them. Right?
I'm so excited to have this as the opening of the podcast. Humans do not lay eggs.
Okay.
All right. Why I can't believe I just answered that question.
What's a mammal? Like a mammal's like a dog, right?
Uh-huh.
And like a reptile is like a snake.
Right.
What's a bird?
What's a bird? It's not a mammal.
That's kind of dumb.
Is
They
it?
should group those
You
together.
you want new classifications?
Yeah.
So are you saying you don't know the answer to this?
No, I'm never gonna say that.
All right, I need a guess from you.
Can I just have like one more question?
Sure.
Do they live around here?
Not that I know of. No, I don't think so.
Oh man, that didn't help.
Do not sign. No more signing answers. You've gotten your one tip for the day.
Wow. Did you help him with this?
No.
Okay. Do
She
you
did know
it?
this one though.
You knew it?
Yeah, she knew it.
Is it like something I should know? Like I'm gonna.
I don't know if it's something everybody would know, but you definitely have seen one of these on TV.
Is it a platypus?
It is a platypus.
Wow.
Harry the Platypus. If you watch
thought
Phineas
about
and
it.
Ferb.
Okay.
Was that good? Did I give it away for you when I said that?
No. Well, I had been thinking platypus, and then you said I had seen it on TV, and I was like, I definitely haven't seen one in person. So.
All right, that's fair. All right, nicely done. Okay, number 7. You did get 5, by the way. So now that you've gotten 5, let me go ahead give you this sticker.
I'm
Congratulations, you are the bougie. Number 7. We do have a few more. If I study plants, what degree do I exist in? What field do I live in?
Grace Anderson's gonna be so mad at me. I think it's botany, right?
It is botany.
Okay, I was gonna say herbology, but
You're
I don't
doing
think that's
great.
right.
You're 7. You are no, you're 6 for 7 at this point. You're doing really well. How many books are in the Old Testament? This is a tough one. I know.
It is.
Because we don't talk about the Old Testament that much.
No, I also was never like I went to church when I was little a little bit, but we never did like the
Like Bible quizzing and stuff.
no.
Yeah, I didn't.
So
know
I
that.
wouldn't have a reason to know this.
Yeah.
Which is
Do you know
really-
how many books are in the Bible?
No.
I didn't know this until college.
Yeah. I'm gonna say like, judging on how far I have to scroll on my Bible app,
Mhm.
I'm gonna say like 18.
18.
Yeah. That's probably overkill. Maybe like, no?
There's 39.
Wow.
39 books in the Old Testament. It's just something you know now. So now if somebody asks you, you can be like, I know I got this wrong in front of everybody on a podcast one time. So
maybe we could edit that one out.
No, we're not going to do that. Okay, number 9. You're getting really close. Only 2 more. What is the atomic symbol for silver?
AG.
AG. That'll
Science major.
That's right. I forgot about that. Science major for a year. Yeah.
Give or take.
All right, that's fair. All right, and then the last question before we kind of move on from this. I'm going to ask you the question, and then I would like a story as to why you know the answer to this, okay? The last question being, in what country is London located?
In England.
It is in England. But if I would have asked you this 2 weeks ago...
I would have said France.
You would have said France. Yeah, explain what's going on.
So my friend Sarah Gennard, also if you're watching, hello. She studied abroad in London, and I just met Sarah in November, so I would call her my friend, but we're not like besties or anything. And I was like, oh, she lives in France. Like, that is so cool. Like, for some reason, I was dead set that London was in France. And so she came here for Christmas and like the holidays and everything. And so with her fiance, I think they're engaged. I'm pretty sure they're engaged, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. And his name's Oliver. And I was like, oh my gosh, like a French boy. I was so excited.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me disclaimer, I was his first dumb American, I swear. Like, I know he's met him, but like I really sold it to him.
Yeah, this was a tough one, yeah.
So I was like, can you say anything in French? Because I was sold it. And so Sarah's like, say your phrase. And so he did. And he was like, hello, my name is Oliver, but in French. And it sounded really cool. And I was like, no way. He is from France. And I was like, well, you know, since London, France, London, France.
Yeah, London, France. Yeah.
Is near.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Is near England.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure he's heard British people before.
And disclaimer, Trevor loves to break into a British accent.
So I was like, how's my British accent? And immediately within like 5 seconds, he was like, no, that's awful.
Yeah. Which is heartbreaking for someone.
So heartbreaking. Like, he cut me off mid-sentence.
Yeah.
And I was like, no way. And then in the back of my head, we're sitting here playing a card game. And I'm like, who is this French boy to tell me that my British accent isn't good? I was so upset. And then the night goes on and we're playing cards still. And then my cousin Garrett's sitting right here. And I'm like, wait, London isn't in France. Like, I just had like this like connection, like boom, you know, because I had heard him talking and it kind of sounded like a British accent. But the whole night I'm like, why is this French boy speaking so good, English that is so good, like so good, you know, like even
like perfect, almost like he'd been speaking it his whole life,
right? Yeah. You know, like if I went to move to Spain, like you would expect me to speak Spanish, but not like great, you know,
right?
And so I was like, and then I just had
an epiphany,
that he was not from France,
yeah.
And then I was kind of heartbroken. Because then that really meant that my British accent wasn't good.
Yeah, because he really is British. He's about as British as it gets. Yeah.
So
English.
There's the story.
Yeah. So I just love the fact that you're so honest about telling that story, because I think that's like who you are. You're like, if I do something embarrassing, I'm just going to tell you what it was.
Right. Like if I fart in public, I'm going to tell you I farted.
Yeah. You know? That's brave. I like that about you. That's good. Also, like being willing to ask me if humans lay eggs, like in front of everybody, like that's no, I appreciate that about you. All right, I only have a couple more questions for you.
Okay.
And then after that, I do have one more quick get to know you game that we're gonna do, and then we'll pretty much be done.
Okay.
Which I hope you guys have enjoyed it so far. If there's anything, you know, that you're like, I didn't really like this or whatever, let me know. We'll be editing as we go. And
or if you want to see it, let us know in the comments below. I feel so powerful.
You love saying that, don't you?
Let me know in the comments below. You know,
Say
YouTube.
Again.
Let me know in the comments below.
One more time.
Let me know in the comments below.
There it is. That one's for you, Oliver.
I hope he watches this.
Yeah.
He probably won't make it this far. I'll probably be like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, probably. Anyway. I do have a question. So a lot of people listening live in Hillsboro or around Hillsboro. Yeah. What is your favorite thing to do here? What's your favorite part of Hillsboro?
That's a really,
because there's a lot more here to do than people think that there is.
No, for sure. And I'm going to want to say the people first off. Like, I just love the community we have here. And, sure, there can be like, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't say that, because there are also like, I day to day only really see like the people I choose to see. So like I'm not seeing, like, even our county has like a really bad drug problem, and like, you know, that I don't see. So I guess I can't really say Hillsborough is like this great place, because we do have our flaws, but
every
town does.
Yeah.
And that's something, you know, I think we need to, as a community, work on. But
yeah,
I really love our community and the people in it. What was the question again?
Just your favorite part of Hillsborough, your favorite thing to do here, your favorite.
Okay. Honestly, as long as I'm with my friends, I love it.
It is what
but
it is. Yeah.
I love Black Rabbit, because no matter what time I go in there, like, there's always somebody I know, or like, you know, I go in there to like do homework, but I'm never doing homework. You know, like I go in there and it's probably like I get 5 minutes of homework done within like a 2-hour span, because there's so many people that are just like, hey.
Yeah.
And of course I'm this social butterfly. So
well,
like,
of
what's
course.
up, you know? But yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Isaac. I mean, that place is... Black
Isaac
Rabbit truly is like one of... like it's the staple pretty much of Hillsborough's like downtown, which is so cool. Like movie theaters, boutiques. Like, there's so much to do down there. But Black Rabbit is, I feel like, by far like the center of like the social hub there. Like Gold Pan's right next door, and like that's really fun to go there.
Opera House is down the road.
Yeah, Opera House.
And I would almost say the Opera House is too, but it's very catered, you know, 21 plus.
Yeah, it's obviously also only open a few times a week. It is an awesome place to have, but like the fact that you can go to Black Rabbit 7 days a week, and there's a good chance you'll run into somebody you know. That's why I love doing work there. Like I love that going there and just like taking my stuff and sitting down and doing work, because it's a quiet enough environment that I can get stuff done, but I also can see people that I know and like kind of get to be part of the community
too. And I've also met so many people just by sitting at Black Rabbit.
Yeah.
It'd be insane. It's insane how many people just like walk up to you.
Yeah, it's very true.
Like, I don't know if I'd be brave enough to walk up to someone, but
yeah.
Crazy.
Sorry.
Break time. Make sure you cut this out.
I know, right?
Doing good.
We're doing great. All right. Lastly, I want to play a game, and then we're going to do one more thing. Okay?
Let's do it.
All right. Last game, we're going to do rapid fire questions here.
Okay.
Right, there's only 10 of them, so you can get through these as quickly as you possibly can. But the goal is to not really give too much thought to it.
Don't think about it. Just
First thing that comes in. I know that that's like super against your nature. You're very much like a thoughtful answers kind of guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes. But I want you to just like, first thing that, as long as you feel like it's a good answer, I want you to say it.
Okay, we might have to edit this video. I don't think, but we might.
We're not going to have to edit this video. Alana, do you have your phone on you by chance? Do you want to start a timer? I want to see how fast you can get through these.
You have to say the questions fast too.
Oh yeah, I'll say the questions.
But make sure I can still hear them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me know when you're ready.
I'm born ready.
You're born ready?
Yes.
Jason born ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. What is your favorite kind of food?
Biscuits and gravy.
Biscuits and gravy, great answer. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Teleportation.
Teleportation. Favorite book of the Bible?
Luke.
Why?
The way it's written.
It is written. It is written very well. If you could have any pet, what would it be?
There's too many options.
I know, you gotta pick one.
Just a dog.
Just a dog. What kind of dog?
A golden retriever. I just love.
Trevor Hartman, the golden retriever of humans, wants a golden retriever. It totally makes sense.
It matches my vibe.
All right, if you could live in any U.S. city, which one would you choose?
U.S. city, Seattle, and I know that's really unconventional.
It's not super sunny there. Yeah,
I love that.
You love that.
I don't want to say I want to be depressed all the time, but I just love the vibe of just sitting inside with coffee.
Okay, that's fair. All right, your favorite music artist right now?
Oh gosh, yeah. It's just what happened. Casey Musgraves.
All right, favorite song by her?
Love is a Wild Thing. You can always hear that playing. Anytime you're with me in the car, it's probably going to come on.
All right, what's your biggest fear?
Biggest fear? I have two. Heights. I hate heights. Flying, anything associated with being like where I can't touch the ground.
Okay.
And death. Which death is something I've kind of worked out, so I think that's like number 2 or 3 on the list. But
okay, so heights is kind of like number like
being up high can
to
also
where your
lead
feet
to
can't
death,
touch the ground.
so that's right. I think that's where they end.
Fair enough. All right, you get dinner with any person, dead or alive. Who is it?
Jesus.
Jesus, great answer. All right, number 10 and the final question. You're trapped on a desert island and can only bring 3 things. What are you bringing?
I've done this before. A Bible. A boat.
Nope, that doesn't count.
I can't bring a boat?
Can't bring a boat.
Oh, man.
Things that you would have on the island.
Okay, so a Bible. A knife, probably.
Okay.
And like a fire starter.
Like fire
that's
starter.
Kind of essential. As long as like the island is like sustainable.
Very survival oriented. That's nicely done. All right, well, great job. What was this time? You did it in 2 minutes. We're going to see if that can be broken. We're going to see what the best time is.
I'm sure it can.
But 2 minutes is pretty solid. You did a pretty good job. I just want to say, before we end this, thank you so much for being guest number 1.
You're welcome.
I hope you guys have enjoyed the very first episode of the Youth Experience Podcast, a.k.a. Yep. We're still feeling this out, but I think this was really fun. I love the experience.
Yeah.
But before we finish, Trevor Hartman, very first guest on the podcast, I want you to give a shout out to someone or something that you would think deserves a shout out, and just kind of give me an explanation why.
I wrote this one down too because Cooper really prepared me. I put my mother. If you don't know my mom, her name's Shelly. She's just like all around been a single mom since I was in like kindergarten. So shout out to Shelly. She is like Wonder Woman. Works 2 jobs and. Yeah, just always, I mean, I'm not going to say she doesn't have rough days because we all do, but I think she's someone who's very underappreciated even with people around her, including myself sometimes. So shout out Mom. Thank you so bad.
Shout out Mom. All the moms and dads out there. We love you guys. Well, thank you guys for listening or watching, whatever platform you guys are on. Trevor, thank you so much again for being here. It was fun to do this.
It was so much fun.
Yeah, I'm excited. Oh, we'll have you back for sure. Yeah. I'm excited to see like where this goes and kind of how it evolves. Yeah. But from us to you guys, I hope you guys have a great week. Hope you enjoy the listen, and we hope to have you guys. Tell all your
friends.
Yeah, tell all your friends.
But not just about the podcast.
You know what? In the spirit of telling all your friends, give this sticker to one of your friends.
Okay.
All right, that's what we want to spread the word. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next week.
Talk about Jesus.